Women are jealous of men, and women are jealous of the simplicity of a man. Women will openly acknowledge that when they met their significant other, he lived with an Xbox, a TV, and a sofa, and he was happy and content.
System malfunction. System malfunction.
What is happening, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Download Malfunction, where we cover all things insidious and highly dysfunctional as it relates to our society today. I've been listening to this TikToker for quite some time now, and I find her message extremely enlightening and informative all at the same time. She usually covers relationships, and she's heavily focused on shining the spotlight on what women are not doing in contrast to what they should be doing. But before we get into it, I'm gonna ask for that virtual handshake. So as you come in, if you can please like this video, smash the subscribe button, and if the message resonates, please share it out to your community as well, because sharing is caring. Now, I'm not gonna talk too much over this one because it's a short video, and my response, I believe, is gonna be very short. But what this woman tees up is the ingratitude that we see in modern relationships, particularly women today. She emphasizes the simplicity of man and how men can easily get through life without all the frivolous, useless accessories. And what I gather from her message is that the foundation is, if women only understood how men view the world, relationships would be much more harmonious. Because on the flip side, men thoroughly understand women's nature. We understand what it is that they need or may want out of society. The truth of the matter is, the only reason men go out and buy big cars, really nice homes, expensive watches, and all this other drip is essentially for the attraction and the attention of the opposite gender, that being female. And with that, I'm not gonna waste any more time because I think she does a much better job in explaining this dynamic than I can. So let's just hear what she has to say.
Jealous of men, and women are jealous of the simplicity of a man. Women will openly acknowledge that when they met their significant other, he lived with an Xbox, a TV, and a sofa, and he was happy and content. But they fail to realize how much they upgraded the lives of their wives by the bigger car, the bigger house. And it's almost like these women have a sense of entitlement, because if it were up to the men, they'd keep that same sofa, that same TV, and keep a simple life, which is why it's fucked up. So women can openly acknowledge that it came from nothing, but they very rarely appreciate everything that they have. These women will actually get frustrated at how simple their husbands are because they just don't understand it. Men can rotate the same 3 t-shirts for 3 months in a row and not give a shit. They can wear the same pair of jeans every other day and not give a shit. Men have lifelong friendships without any drama because they don't give a shit. Women, on the other hand, are constantly comparing themselves to other women, and they oftentimes put their happiness in the hands of their husbands or their spouses. And when their husbands fall short, now he's a piece of shit. But the reality is that comparison is the thief of joy. And because these women are so unfulfilled and they're looking to their husbands to fulfill every single need, they can't understand why the men in their lives don't need more. And you just can't convince me that women aren't jealous of the fact that men are happy with the bare minimum, because women are constantly chasing this idea of happiness based on other people, and men just don't do that. Okay, bye.
That was quick, precise, and straight to the point. I don't think this requires any thorough definition or explanation around this. I mean, there's no puzzle here. You know, I did a post earlier and the title was Men and Women Speak Two Different Languages. I think that we're just passing each other. We don't understand each other's needs. And honestly speaking, I think in today's world, people just don't care. I'm gonna get what I want, and you're gonna be the provider of what it is that I want. And if you can't, I'm gonna make your life a living hell. Like she's saying, overall, is that man's perception of life carries a different paradigm. They look at the world as, I'm gonna assess the situation around me and do my best to live as easy and as simplified life as I can. I'm gonna work extremely hard to acquire the things in my life that are based on necessity and not based on wants, and nor is he gonna allow his emotions to dictate how he moves, because he realizes what the world has to offer him, which is a massive amount of complications and obstacles. He just wants to be able to punch his time card, get paid for his labor and his services, get back home, maybe play a video game, kick his feet up, up, have a beer, watch a football game, or a nice round of golf, and not be concerned about things that don't directly affect his life. The other side of that coin, I think, I'm not a woman, but I'm gonna make a valiant attempt to try and explain what I think that they see. Women don't have to face the world as men do. They grow up on a lot of these Disney movies, these princess stories, and they're expecting someone to come along, sweep them off their feet, treat them like a queen, and just lay the world at their feet. But that isn't reality, and it's not till people come of age a little bit that they realize that. But sadly, if they've had multiple relationships early on, they've soured a bunch of men along the way. So in closing, women, at some point the light has to come on inside your head that men are not solely responsible for your happiness, and nor should you expect him to go out and wrestle the world and bring it back home to you all neatly nice and wrapped in a bow. Because truthfully speaking, if that's where your expectation level is, you probably need to go seek some professional help.